Welcome back to my channel, Bring Peace into Your Life. Today I'd like to talk about self-compassion and how to be kind to yourself when times are tough. If you're watching this, maybe you're going through something difficult right now. Maybe you're feeling lost, or you made a mistake that's weighing on you and on your mind, or life just feels heavy and overwhelming. Maybe you're someone who's always hard on yourself and you're ready to learn a kinder way to be. Whatever brings you here, I'm glad you're taking this time for yourself. Today we're talking about self-compassion, what it is, why it's so important, especially when we're struggling, and simple ways you can start practicing it every day. First, let's talk about what self-compassion actually means. A lot of us think it's just being nice to ourselves, or maybe even being selfish or weak. But that's not true at all. Self-compassion is about treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and care that you would give to someone you love, like a best friend, a sibling, your partner, or a child. When you're going through a hard time, you don't judge them or call them names. You listen, you comfort them, you tell them it's okay, and you remind them they're not alone. Self-compassion is doing that for yourself. Self-compassion has three key parts. This is according to Dr. Kristen Neff, who's a leading researcher in the area. First, self-kindness instead of self-judgment. When things go wrong, instead of saying, I'm so stupid or I always mess up, you say, this is hard and I'm doing my best. Second, common humanity instead of isolation. Recognising that suffering and mistakes are part of being human, you're not the only one who feels this way and you're not alone. And thirdly, mindfulness instead of over-identification. Being aware of your feelings without getting caught up in them. You can feel sad or angry without letting those feelings define you or take over your whole life. Now, why is self-compassion so important, especially when we're having a difficult time? Let's start with what happens when we don't have self-compassion, when we're already struggling and then we judge ourselves for it. We're adding more pain on top of pain. Think about it. If you're already feeling sad or scared and then you tell yourself, I shouldn't feel this way, or I'm weak for feeling this, that just makes you feel worse. It can make you feel more isolated, more anxious, and more depressed. It can even stop you from asking for help or for taking steps to make things better because you feel like you don't deserve it. Quite often when I talk to clients who do that to themselves, I explain it that it's like they're kicking themselves when they're down and they're not showing themselves any compassion in those moments. And that actually makes the situation worse and even harder to handle it. When we have self-compassion, it's like having a warm, safe place to go when things are tough. It helps us feel less alone. When we remember that everyone goes through hard times, we don't feel like we're the only ones who are broken or not good enough. It also helps us cope better with difficult emotions. Instead of pushing them away or getting stuck in them, we can acknowledge them, be kind to ourselves about them, and then move forward. Self-compassion also helps us learn and grow. When we make a mistake, if we're judgmental, we might just try to hide it or beat ourselves up about it. But if we're compassionate, we can look at the mistake clearly, learn from it, and do better next time, without all the extra pain and shame. And it's good for our relationships too. When we're kind to ourselves, we're more able to be kind to others. We're less likely to take our frustrations out on the people we love and more able to listen and support them. Let me give you an example. Imagine two people both lose their jobs. The first person says, I'm such a failure, I'll never get another job, this is all my fault. They feel terrible, they withdraw from friends and family, and they don't even start looking for a new job because they feel like they're not worth it. The second person says, "This is really hard and I'm upset about it, but losing my job doesn't mean I'm a failure. Lots of people go through this and I'll get through it too. I'm going to take some time to feel this way and then I'll start looking for something new." Which person do you think will cope better and be more likely to find a new job? The second one, of course, and that's because of self-compassion. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I don't deserve to be kind to myself. I did something wrong. Or if I'm kind to myself, I'll just keep making mistakes. Let me tell you, those are common thoughts, but they're not true. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone goes through hard times. That doesn't mean you don't deserve kindness. In fact, it's when you're going through those things that you need kindness the most. And being kind to yourself doesn't mean you're letting yourself off the hook. It means you're treating yourself with respect so you can be strong enough to take responsibility and make changes. So how do we practice self-compassion, especially when we're having a difficult time? Here are some simple, practical techniques that you can start using right away. The first technique is the friend test. When you're feeling upset or you've made a mistake, ask yourself, what would I say to a friend who was in this exact situation? Chances are you'd say something kind, supportive, and understanding. Now say that same thing to yourself. It might feel weird at first, like you're lying to yourself, or it doesn't feel right. But that's just because we're used to being hard on ourselves and keep doing it. And over time, it will feel more natural. The kinder you are to yourself and the more you practice this, the easier it becomes. And it becomes more of a habit and a natural way of being. And that's how you learn to be more compassionate to yourself. Let me give you an example. If you messed up a project at work, you might say to a friend, hey everyone makes mistakes. You worked really hard on it and you can fix it. You're not a bad person just because this didn't go perfectly. Say that to yourself. Hey, everyone makes mistakes. I worked really hard on it and I can fix it. I'm not a bad person just because this didn't go perfectly. The second technique is writing a self-compassion letter. This is a really powerful exercise. Find a quiet place, take a pen and paper, or open a note on your phone and write a letter to yourself from the perspective of a kind, loving friend. Tell yourself everything that this friend would say. Acknowledge how hard things are. Remind yourself of your strengths. Tell you that you're loved and supported and that you don't have to be perfect. You can write about a specific difficult situation or just about how you're feeling in general. Once you've written it, keep it somewhere safe and read it whenever you need a reminder of how kind you deserve to be to yourself. The third technique is using self-compassionate affirmations. Affirmations are short, positive statements that you can say to yourself. But these aren't just empty phrases. They're statements that are true or that you want to believe about yourself. Here are some examples you can use. I'm doing the best I can with what I have right now. It's okay to feel this way. My feelings are valid. I'm not alone in this. Everyone goes through hard times. I deserve kindness and care just like everyone else. I am more than my mistakes and my struggles. You can say these out loud or in your head. Whenever you're feeling upset or judgmental towards yourself, repeat them as many times as you need to. The fourth technique is mindful self-compassion. This combines mindfulness, being present in the moment, with self-compassion. When you're feeling a difficult emotion, stop and take a moment to notice it. Say to yourself, I'm feeling a certain emotion right now, then place a hand on your heart or another part of your body that feels comforting and say, this is a moment of suffering. May I be kind to myself. May I give myself the compassion I need. This physical touch can help you feel more connected to yourself and more comforted, and the words remind you to be kind. The fifth technique is letting go of perfectionism. A lot of us are hard on ourselves because we think we have to be perfect, but perfectionism isn't impossible. Is impossible. No one is perfect, and that's okay. When you make a mistake or something doesn't go as planned, remind yourself that human means being imperfect, and that's actually a good thing. Our imperfections make us who we are, and they help us learn and grow. So instead of trying to be perfect, try to be good enough, and remember that good enough is more than enough. Now, I want to talk about how self-compassion can help you in the long run, especially when you're going through a rough or tough time. When you practice self-compassion, you're building a kind of inner strength. You're creating a safe space inside yourself that you can go to whenever things are hard. You don't have to rely on other people to make you feel better. You can do it for yourself. Over time, you'll find that you're less likely to get stuck in negative thoughts and feelings. You'll be able to bounce back from setbacks, and you'll feel more confident, more resilient, and more at peace with yourself. And you'll be able to enjoy your life more, even when things aren't perfect. Remember, self-compassion is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. You won't be perfect at it right away. There will be days when you forget to be kind to yourself, or when you slip back into old habits of self-judgment. And that's completely okay. That's part of the process. When that happens, just notice it and then be kind to yourself about it. Say, it's okay that I'm being hard on myself right now. I'm still learning, and I'll try again next time. Bringing self-compassion into your life isn't about never feeling bad or never making mistakes. It's about how you treat yourself when those things happen. It's about being your own best friend instead of your own worst enemy. It's about knowing that you deserve love and kindness no matter what. I hope these techniques are helpful for you. Try them out, start with one or two, and see which ones work best for you. You can use them when you're going through a hard time, or even when you're feeling okay, just to practice. The more you use them, the more natural they'll become. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you take these tools with you and use them to be kind to yourself, especially when times are tough. Remember, you're not alone, and you deserve all the kindness and care in the world. It's been lovely making a new video for you, and I'll see you in the next one.